we have an incredible field advisory board, you guys. We have a bunch of Pro 10s. We have a bunch of people that are excited. And we have a whole bunch of really, really cool things coming next year that I think are going to make this next 23, 24, and 25 years be some of the best years you could have. Well, one of the differences that I think you're going to experience in the next 3 years is that in those first 3 or 4, it was pure chaos. I mean, we didn't have what you have today. We didn't have the messaging you have today. We didn't have the peer reviews that you have today. We didn't have the collagen that you have today. That, by the way, did you guys know that we have sold, I think it's they said $14 million worth of collagen since we launched that, I think, 6 months ago or 5 months ago? I think it was just $14 million. I had Jeff Pincock on a couple of these calls with me, and he said they've paid out $1.4 million in collagen cash bonuses. That is above what just the normal commissions are for collagen. And so, anyways, we've put together a schedule. We have put together a roadmap, a strategy that is going to be, I mean, we're going to announce all this stuff, or a lot of it, you guys, at Rock the Rhythm. I think you guys need to make sure that you participate in Rock the Rhythm. I think it's January 18th, if I'm getting the dates right. I've got so much going on up here lately. I think it's January 18th for Rock the Rhythm. It's free. So be there, be at the Rock the Rhythm. You're going to get to hear a bunch of the announcements. You're going to get to hear a lot of the strategy that's going to come out for the next year so that you guys can take advantage of that. You're probably going to really connect a bunch of dots on why we have Run to the Pro 4. You guys heard at convention about Run to Pro 4. Anybody who's getting to Pro 4 for the first time is getting that $400 bonus from the company. You're also hearing that Marcel and I, which if you've been on our team for a little while, I'm sure you probably are like, is it the end of days? I mean, why are these guys talking about going out and getting customers? You know, people are like, what has frozen over here? You know, it is such an interesting thing, but it's because of the relationships that we have on the Field Advisory Board and watching how MVP and how the Collagen Cash is starting to blend together. We're starting to watch how people are moving to those elite ranks, which is really just the first goal that I think every one of you guys should have, because it's where you start having choices financially. You know, it's where you're making enough money where you go, okay, I mean, maybe I need to decide if I'm going to do this full time or not. That's really what getting to those elite ranks is choices. That's what it means to you. It's what it meant to my family. It's where I got to say, I'm going to do this full time and really take this thing to a level where I can buy all of my time back. And that's where it really starts. But we had 25 of those people that crossed stage at our last convention just a couple months ago. And it's largely due to the teams that are embracing MVP, which is going out and getting your 3 distributors, or going out and embracing the collagen with the Collagen Cash bonuses, which is just getting new customers and distributors on collagen. Those teams are seeing all of that growth. It also led to 2 Pro 10s, you guys, 2 brand new Pro 10s in the company. I want to say something about this. I had the unique opportunity to go and be a part of the final 3 or 4 days when Sean and Michelle Poe's team was getting close. I heard they were getting close, and they have done an incredible job of building a team. And I thought maybe I can just give them a little extra. I just want to help out because they're not on my team. They're not really part of my team, but there's so much unity happening in the company right now, which is why you see Rachel and I working together. And you see Rachel, who's asking Brian and Holly to come and speak on these calls. There's so much unity that I was like, if there's anything I can do to help you guys, I want to be a part of it. It was a very, very cool experience, you guys. They're doing the same thing for us now. They're doing the same thing back. I mean, Rachel's now helping our team, and it's this really great unity. And you guys, what that means when you're having that kind of success, when you have 25 new 7s and back-to-back new Pro 10s and this unity, it means it's all good for you. The real benefit of seeing this unity is that you get to hear from the best parts of what other teams are doing, and you get to put that on top of what the best parts of our team are doing. And their team gets to do the same thing. Where we're strong, we can help them, and where they're strong, they can help us. It is such an incredible environment, you guys. It's what we had in that very, very beginning when we just blew this thing up from $3 million to over $200 million. So we believe that what we're doing is going to take the company from $200 million all the way to $300, $400, or even $500 million in the next 24 to 36 months. And really, I guess the best advice I could give you for that is be a part of it. You know, just be a part of it. Just do your part. If you will get involved, your team will benefit from all of this activity, from all of this energy, from all of this information, and we all get to grow together. It's a really beautiful thing when a company has this kind of collaboration going on. I hope we keep it forever. Divided companies don't grow. That's just the way it works. Okay. So get on these calls. You're going to get, I'm going to have a recording of the one I was on right before this. I hadn't seen, like, here's what's crazy. I've been working with Rachel for the last year. I haven't seen her do a presentation until tonight, really. I mean, she did one for our team that was a little bit different than tonight. I haven't seen it. I was like, I'm going to check this out. I was going to go in and make sure it was okay. That's what I was going to go do. It was incredible. You guys I will get the recording. You need to watch it. She sent me the slides. If anybody wants them, you guys want to start incorporating these slides into your team. We've cleaned everything up to be very generic. So it's Team LifeVantage. It's not just our team or her team or whatever. It's very generic. You can use these slides. Just put your page in there so that you're the host or you're the presenter. Take her one page that's her out and then put your page in, and you can use these slides to go introduce this incredible company to people. I want you to listen to this too. I want you to listen to how she's introducing this to brand new people. Where it's going to go from here, though, for all of you guys, is it's going to go to the next level, which is kind of where I'm at. I mean, I'm kind of the guy that comes in on that next level. Someone's joined. How do I make this work? That's really where my expertise is. It's where I can teach you guys how to structure your business. I can teach you exactly how the compensation plan works. I can talk about where all the nickels and dimes are buried, because every compensation plan has these little things you can do to kind of accelerate your income. And that's where I come in. So she's got this front end that you guys can copy what Brian and Holly are doing with all these bonuses. I mean, how awesome is it that you have an upline leadership willing to give you all these extra added benefits that other teams don't get? I'm just telling you, it's a really, really big deal. Okay. And then we're going to take and do a bunch more of these kind of team calls to try to elevate our understanding of the industry, which is where I want to go next. Okay. If you're trying to get someone to watch a presentation, if you're just trying to get someone to say, okay, I'll take a look, because we all have to do it. I mean, we have to go out and get uncomfortable. You've got to go out and you've got to make that conversation happen, right? And it's always the worst. I mean, for me, it's my least favorite part, but it's a necessary part. I mean, honestly, it's probably the most, you can't go anywhere if you don't, right? And so how do you do that? Well, you keep it really, really simple. Let me tell you what I would do in the beginning, okay? When I was looking to recruit someone to take a look at this business, I kept it as simple as I could possibly keep it. Now, for me, what mattered to me was more of the financial side. I'm not asking you to do it that way, though. I'm just going to give you an example. I would ask people if they're happy where they're at. Are you happy with where you're at? Do you have a path in the company that you're in that's going to get you to where you need to be financially to do what is your priority? Now, for me, my priority was time with my family. That's what it was. I wanted to spend time with my kids at the time. These days, I mean, I'm sure you can tell, but I'm a grandpa. I'm a grandpa today. I have my very first one, and he loves Typaw. That's my name. I mean, little JT, he loves his Typaw, and I want to spend all my time with this kid. He's 13 months old, and we sit there, and he can, I think he's ready to go play in the major leagues, man. He can throw that ball like you would not even believe. I mean, and he fires them at me, too. He's like zipping them out. That's what I want to do. And so I would ask people, what are your priorities? Where do you want to be? And a lot of times these are your friends. You kind of already know. You kind of know your friend that's, working in the construction industry or as a school teacher or whatever, a police officer, whatever they're doing. Okay. You kind of already know what the outcome of their future looks like. Are you going to spend 40 years of your life so you can get a Social Security check? What I educated myself on is, what is the average savings in America? I mean, how much do you have in your 401k? What is a Social Security check? And is that satisfactory for you when you're 65 years old? Or do you want to take a look at something that maybe can provide a little supplement for you, a little supplementary income? And this is the conversation that I spent a lot of time on because I wanted partners, okay? You're going to hear in this business that there are two big pillars of things that you have to do to be successful in the network marketing business. And what those pillars are is, one is the gathering, which is building your team, the gathering process that I'm talking to you about right now. And the next pillar is developing leadership. Okay, you've got to develop people who will step up and take ownership of their business, like Brian and Holly have done on this call tonight, like they're going to do for the whole company and the whole team. I think it's next week sometime that they're going to take this call over, and your leadership's going to be doing that call. You're trying to find those people, but it starts with a conversation. Now, for me, it was easier for me to just start the conversation with the kind of person who needed the supplementary income, and then I would bring them to LifeVantage and show them how this company has a product that is very, very unique. A product that you do not have to be an expert to understand because there's nobody competing with us. Okay, I would bring them here and say, you don't have to be a scientist because the scientists have already weighed in. That's how I do it. I always felt like the hardest conversation for me to have was the conversation about the industry. I don't think people hear about LifeVantage or hear about Protandim or Collagen or Axio. I don't think they hear about that and go, "Oh, what are you doing?" I don't think that's where the objection comes. I think the objection comes when they realize that you're doing some kind of a network marketing company and they've heard whatever rumor they've heard out here. They have no understanding of what our industry is. And so I've always attacked that part first. Now, you don't have to do it that way. I am not the only one who's had success in this industry by doing it that way. In fact, I'm going to get you guys the recording of this call tonight, and you should take the recording of Brian and Holly's call. And a lot of times you can just send that call to someone and they go, "What do I got to do?" I mean, and it's entirely product based. I mean, this is an entirely different approach. If you're more comfortable with telling people there is a unique product with 30 peer reviews that helps you live longer, do you want to live longer? That is a great approach too, right? So let me take you back to the very beginning when I had a mentor that I probably owe all of my success to this lady. She was an incredible woman. Her name was Diane. I met her a couple companies ago. She might not really, she'd probably appreciate me saying this, but she might not appreciate me because I left, So you might be mad at me, but I love her, okay? Because she was such a massive influence in my life. And there was a time in my life where she pulled me aside and she goes, "Tyler, you're really good at the money stuff. You understand comp plans and it's really, provocative and enticing. And people are like, 'Tell me more, how do I make all this money? I want to change in my life.'" She goes, "But not everyone on your team is like you." She says, "There will be people on your team that want to be a part of the product." She goes, "And believe it or not, your personality is not going to understand that there's people that just want to be part of the team. There's people that just want to know you. They just want to know you. They just want someone that says, 'Hey, good job. Here's a pathway for us to do a little extra.'" They want to be around positive people. And I'm like, "Really?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Come on. People don't just do this just because they want to be around happy people." And she's like, "Yeah, they do. In fact, there's a lot of them." And I'm like, "What? Really?" And so she says, the point that I'm trying to make is that your team's going to be made up of a lot of different people. So give them a chance to grow where they want to be. If they care about the product, teach them how to talk about that product. So for me, if I was going to do that, what I would say is this: I've been introduced to a product that will literally help you live longer. And it's not because I said so. It's because the National Institutes of Health said so. I've been introduced to a product that will help your body recover like it did when you were young. How would you like to feel the way you did when you were 15? Would that be something that I could give you some information about? Would you want to know what that product is? And if they say yes, I show them the information and I give them the Protandim information. I say, what if a product could make your body heal like it did when you were young? And then this company has other ingredients that will give you the maximum benefit possible from that product. Would you want to know what that is? And most people go, yeah, I would. Would you like to get rid of some of the pains and aches that we get as we get older and older and older? I would have never believed that when I woke up at 50 years old, you guys, I would feel the way that I do. If I hadn't been taking these products, I can't even imagine, right? And it's just an age thing. And so that's how I would approach it. There are so many before and after pictures, you guys. I'll give you a really easy pathway. Walk up and say, "This is what they looked like 45 days ago, and here's what they look like today. You want to see what did that?" That's not a hard approach. Okay, these are easy things to do. And then the next thing that she told me, she goes, "Tyler, once you understand that people need to grow where they're at, the most important thing that you will ever do in your life is be the best inviter." And I said, "Okay, what does that mean?" She goes, "You're really good at presenting comp plans, and you're really good at doing math, and it's really fun for you, I'm sure, to do really hard math on a whiteboard in front of everybody before they even know the answer on the calculator. I'm sure that's fun for you." She says, "But that's not what's going to make you a big network marketer. What's going to make you a really big network marketer is showing people that they can do what you do by inviting them to the information." This is easily the best advice I can give you. If you can bring someone to the information without giving them the information, you will have massive success. And here's the simple nuance why. Everyone can do that. If you're an expert on the product, if you understand this product and all the ingredients and every benefit that it has, not everyone's going to believe they can do what you just did. And you become your biggest problem in your business because you think in your mind, the smarter I am, the more people will follow me. What you're not realizing is that they're asking themselves whether they can do what you do. And so she said to me, be the best inviter. Invite people to the information. Intrigue them with a question, invite them to the information. She goes, but it goes way beyond that. You need to invite people to plug into the system. Brian and Holly provide you an incredible system to follow. They're incredibly active. They're incredibly willing to give you guys the third-party validation you need and provide these calls for you and invite people onto these calls to help you. So you have to invite them to the information, invite them to the system, and then invite them to events. You will be shocked at the impact that being at an event in person will have on that brand new person. And I'll tell you why. When you're talking to them, it's just a thing. I mean, it's just you're in a living room or you're in a coffee shop. But when you come to an event, there is a room full of thousands of people that are doing this with you. You're not doing it alone. It is a business. It's a company. There's a corporate staff. There's lights and great speakers and success and people at every level of the ladder that they're trying to climb that they will meet. And you cannot put into words the emotion that they will feel by attending that event. And that was the single best advice I've ever been given in my life about this business, is to learn how to be a better inviter. Invite them to the information, invite them to the system, and invite them to the events. All of those things will do this business for you. That is how this thing works, okay? So I learned how to do that, and it's what I tell everyone to do now. It's why Marcel and I have had the very fortunate opportunity to be a part of selling over $1.5 billion worth of product in this industry. $1.5 billion. Our organization sells over $100 million a year worth of product. That's crazy, right? We've generated over $30 million in personal commissions by doing that. How many of you guys would love to be in that situation? Okay, that is such an awesome thing to do. We had incredible mentors, and my mentor told me that I have a responsibility to this industry to go and provide that kind of mentorship to as many people as want to hear it. And I took her serious. She was an awesome mentor. I hope that we can provide a lot of that stuff for you. Okay, so remember, and I'm gonna wrap this thing up because you're probably like, this guy just never, he talks so fast and he just never shuts up, you know. I'm gonna wrap this thing up with this. I want you guys to understand that the two most important pillars in your life are the gathering pillar and the leadership development pillar. And you do not do that by yourself. This is a team event. This is not about how high you can raise yourself. It is about how many people you can bring to your level. I'm going to say that again. This is not about how big you can make you. This is about how many people you can bring to your level. And when you understand that, every time you bring them to your level, you will automatically get to the next. And then your job is to move them with you. Okay. That is the secret to this business, is to elevate as many people to your level as you can. Okay. And if you're not at a level that they want to be at, elevate them to a level that they do. You can bring people to be bigger than you. You can make people, I have actually had people go, well, what if my group gets bigger than me? And I'm like, really? You think that's a problem? I mean, that's like having gold buried in your group and you just got to go dig the dirt out. You know where it's at. How awesome would it be to have sponsored someone bigger than you? Wow, what an incredible situation to be in, right? So anyways, bring them to your level. So I'll wrap it up with this. I know that Holly kind of led to a promotion that Marcel and I are doing. I want to talk to you about what that is. The company does their Collagen Cash promotion where they give you $15 for every extra collagen that you get. Okay, so every extra collagen you get, they give you 15. I was talking to Rachel about what their team's doing, and she was telling me that they normally do about 5. She goes, I match every 5. So when they get $75, we give them another 75. It's called Collagen Match Doubler on their team. We're just calling it a Collagen Cash Match on our team. And she goes, will you do something for me? And I go, well, that depends. What is it? And she goes, will you just do it with 3? And I go, 3? Well, that's going to be way easier than 5. How much are you trying? Are you trying to spend all my money? And she goes, yeah, I am. And I was like, well, what? And she goes, just do 3. She goes, listen, I've been doing 5, do 3. Tell everybody on your team that if they'll get 3 collagen caches, that you'll match that $45. And let's just see how much more effective it is. How many more people run for that collagen cash match for just 3? And I said, well, if I'm going to spend all this money, what are you going to do for me? And that's kind of how the conversation came, where she was going to do these meetings, you guys. I was like, you better do something. Like, it's going to cost me some money, so you better do this. And so anyways, we're matching 3. We're going to match for every 3 that you guys get through the end of December. And we're going all the way back to November 1st. So if you've already got 2, then go get another one. We're going all the way back to November 1st. Anything that you've done all through November and all through December, we're counting every 3 that you get. We're going to match that $45. If you've got 5, get 1 more. If you've got 8, get 1 more. You can get as many of them as you want. And we're trying to do this so we can kick off the brand new year. We're also trying to get you guys to understand that if we were going to give you a roadmap, a simple roadmap for every brand new person to follow, it would be getting 3 brand new distributors every quarter. So if you break up next year into 3-month segments, okay, and you have these little conversations we were talking about, get 3 brand new distributors. So that's just 1 a month. It's just 1 a month, okay? Get 3 brand new distributors every quarter next year and 1 collagen customer every week, and take 1 week off every month. So that's just 1 collagen customer, 3 weeks out of the month. And you'll do this every single quarter next year. You'll end up with 12 brand new distributors on your team, and you'll have 36 brand new customers on your team. And if you will do those things right there, it will set you up for every single thing the company is doing to launch us into our next wave of momentum. Okay? That's how simple this is. So learn this information, know where it's at, invite people to information, invite them to the system, invite them to the events, get one distributor a month and 1 customer a week, okay? 1 distributor a month and 1 customer a week, and you will start to prepare yourself for every single thing the company is doing next year, and everyone on your team is the same, will have the exact same effect, okay? So I appreciate you guys having me on this call.